Hi everybody and welcome to the Open eCry market commentary for week commencing the 11th of February. My name is Simon Clark from Trade with Precision, standing in for Toby Gennaro, and I'll be presenting this week's market outlook. So the first market I'm going to take a look at here is the S&P 500. This is the ES, which is the mini futures contract. And here on the monthly chart, not a great deal has changed since last week other than the fact that prices are just grinding higher even still. We've got lovely convergence on the indicators, moving averages with lovely geometry between them, all in the right order here, and price just pushing up higher, right up to these previous highs that price reached back in 2007. If anything, price is looking a little bit overextended from the moving averages, but certainly there's no sign of any bearishness in this market. Still looking very bullish to the upside. If we come across here to the weekly chart, again we can see lovely strong bullish momentum and prices are just literally grinding higher. Moving averages all correctly in the right order, nice geometry between them, and nice convergence on the indicators, looking very nice to the upside. If anything, you can start to see a little bit overextended from the moving averages, but again no sign of any sort of bearishness and no sign of any sort of pullback on these charts. If we come down to the daily chart, again this price action just looks extremely bullish. We've got nice moving averages, nice geometry in between them, and price just sort of moving higher. We can see that last week actually price did pull back into the moving averages, and then just the lower momentum got rejected and price just continued to move on higher and continue to make on new highs. We're getting a bit of divergence sort of coming in here into the indicators. So again, this is indicating that potentially at some point we might see a bit of a pullback, and that just ties up with the overextension that we have there on the higher time frames as well. But at this moment in time there isn't any sign of any particular pullback taking place. Now coming across here to the 60-minute chart, this is the sort of thing that I'm looking for on these markets. On the 60-minute chart you can see that prices now, or the indicators are now sort of converging with price action, and you can see that most recently price has broken up above this sort of 1510 level that price has tested a number of times. So it found sort of resistance at this level. We've recently broken above it, we've come back and found support at this level, and then it's just consolidated sideways above this level into the moving averages before finding momentum and pushing to the high side. So the sorts of trading opportunities that I'm looking for on these markets is just as price pulls back into the moving averages and looking to take short-term day trades in the direction of the major trend to the long side. The next market I want to take a look at here is the Russell 2000. This is the mini futures contract here, the TF. And here on the monthly chart you can see we're just grinding higher even still and breaking out to new highs. The monthly chart is just looking very bullish. We've got consistently higher lows here on the monthly chart, moving averages all in the correct order, and we've also got nice convergence here on the indicators. If anything, we're looking a little bit extended from the moving averages, so wouldn't be at all to see some sort of pullback at some point in time, but certainly at the moment there's certainly no indication of a pullback in price at the moment. Coming across to the weekly chart, again price just looking extremely bullish, and you can just see here that as prices past sort of few weeks here, it's just been grinding higher and still making continuous new highs. Again on the weekly chart, moving averages all in the correct order, nice geometry between them, and nice convergence here on the indicators too. And the same story when we come down to the daily chart here. Although looking at the daily chart, we can see that as prices pull back into the moving averages, it has presented us some nice trading opportunities to the long side as this price is just grinding higher. As soon as it comes back into the buy zone, we're finding buying opportunities and prices moving higher. Moving averages all looking very nice, and the trend is looking fantastic. The only thing that I would say here is that on the daily chart we can start to see some divergence coming in here in price. So as price is making higher highs, our indicators are actually starting to make lower highs. So it's indicating that at some point this trend may be weakening. We may be expecting some sort of a pullback at some point in time, but at the moment I don't see any other signs that this market is looking like it's pulling back. It's looking extremely strong. Now, coming across here to the 60-minute chart, this is a sort of market, the sort of charts that I like to trade these markets on at the moment. Just taking a look here at the 60, you can see that the recent price action here as prices making higher highs, so is our indicators, so MACD and RSI, so just indicating that we've got some convergence here on these lower time frames now. Looking across, you can start to see levels where prices consolidated. We've got this level in here 911 where prices broken out, it's come back, it's retested this a couple of times, it's come back into the buy zone. We've got small green bullish candle and price breaking up to the high side. So we've got nice trading opportunities on these lower time frames, and this is the sort of opportunity that I'm looking for on these markets. Okay, the last market I want to take a look at here is Great British Pound against the US dollar. Looking here on the monthly chart, you can see for the past few years on the monthly chart, price has been pretty much trading sideways, and this just confirmed with the moving averages all bunching together and the flat RSI and MACD. However, if we come down to the weekly chart, we can start to see where there's some trading opportunities within this pretty flat market on the monthly chart. But when we look on the weekly chart, we can see that it's pretty much trading within a range, and there's a couple of levels in here. Now I've got these marked in as zones. They're not precise levels but they're more zones. So we've got the 1.6300 level here and the 1.5300 level down the bottom, and you can just see how prices trading within this zone. It keeps coming up to the top of the zone, coming down to the bottom of the zone. Now I've got another level marked in there, this 1.5800 level, which is about a midway point between the two, and again you can just see how many times price has tested this level and found support and resistance around this 1.5800. Most recently you can see prices come up, it's hit the top of the range, it's come down to hit the midpoint of this range, and now we've broken underneath it, come back up, retested it, and now the market's rejecting this level, indicating that the next level here that price is looking to reach, if history is going to repeat itself, it's going to be back down here towards the bottom of the range. Now the indicators are just confirming this sort of price action. Moving averages all starting to roll over now. We've got convergence here on the MACD and the RSI, and we also had some convergence and agreement with the change of direction up here at this high, where we had lower highs on the MACD and lower highs on the RSI too. Coming down to the daily, you can just see this downward trend in more detail, and you can just see that I've marked in this 1.5800 level. Price has come back up into the sell zone. It's immediately rejected and pushed down again, back up into the sell zone and immediately rejected, and this sell zone happened to cluster with the 1.5800 level. So the sorts of things that I'm looking for on this market is I'm just coming down to lower time frames, something like the 240 chart, looking at the maybe the 60-minute chart as well, looking for the price to be pulling back into the moving averages, pulling chart, and again looking here on the slightly higher time frames at the 4-hour charts, looking for levels where we can perhaps get a sort of a breakout trading opportunity, trading to the downside. But I'm certainly looking for trading opportunities down to this 1.5300 level down here. So that concludes the market outlook and potential trading opportunities to look out for this week. I'd like to thank you for watching the Open Ecrime market commentary and look forward to speaking with you next week on the market update.